1 year left on his contract.
Yeah.
Of course, there's talks of him leaving, staying. It's everything is everywhere right now.
Yeah, it's muddled.
And I just feel that there's nothing more to prove. Sincerely, there's nothing more to prove.
I think
It was the Champions League. They got the Champions League.
Yes, we did.
It was a treble. They got the treble. It was winning the league 4 consecutive times. They got it.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to prove.
I think for him, for me, I think he still has some work to do. Win more Champions League with City. But yes, like through his previous interviews that we've seen so far in the last 1 month, we've seen that the indications are there. He has less time to. He's not going to stay there compared to the number of years he's been at City, because he stayed at City for how many years? 8.
8 years.
So I think he's closer to leaving City than he is to staying for more years at City. So when you think about it, yes, City right now are looking for a replacement for him, but they haven't quite found the perfect replacement for him. And then again, he's so good that you really don't want to let him go, because with him, there's been a domination in the English Premier League. He's been able to bargain titles. He's been able to make sure that the City name is heard throughout the whole world. So I think he's still going to sit, because I don't think Mubarak is going to let this guy go, because he's a top quality coach, and no team would want to let go of such a quality coach if they still have a chance.
I hear you, but it reaches a point where you have no desire to keep on going forward. You have no fuel in the tank. It's just done and dusted.
And so far, I don't think we can say that that's happening to Pep Guardiola at this moment in time, because all he does is praise his players who have consistently run for him for all those seasons that he's been at Manchester City. But I thought in the latest interview that he had in New York, when he talked about now he was somewhat moving back from what he had said last season, because the last season he said that the time he has left, of course, is shorter, but now he reaffirmed the statement saying that I didn't say I was leaving. But some of the interesting things he said there was, when I decide, I will talk with my CEO and sporting director. I want to start the season and everything is going and how connected we are. And then he continued talking about how he wants to see his sporting director next season remain at the club. So I think and already we can see he's thinking about leaving, but I think it could be made to a point where he exits if he doesn't feel the connection at Manchester City is right.
I just feel that he has already achieved everything.
He has.
All right. So
maybe
the best thing that he can do for City,
maybe he'll say the Club World Cup he hasn't won yet, comes in the summer.
and that's next year,
yes.
if it happens.
Yes.
I hope it doesn't happen. But
well, you're not there anyway.
Okay.
we will get there one day. But here's what I want to say.
Yeah.
I just feel that Pep Guardiola is just he's preparing for his exit. There's a transition period happening at Manchester City at the moment, which is very interesting, because you're in a transition but you're still winning trophies. You're moving from the team that was so dominant to a new team, and the new team is still dominant. Looking at the players that you've brought in, Savinho, who was coming, he's a replacement of Mahrez on paper. Last season you brought in Doku, you brought in Guardiola, and so I think you will bring a midfielder.
Yeah, we will
for sure, because De Bruyne is getting old.
Yeah, because
then he needs an understudy. But at least for number 10 position, Foden
is there.
He has come of age. But you need another number 8. And once you get that number 8 going forward, City will still be in a good position for any other top coach to come in and continue with the process. Because of course the new coach will come with his players, and I just think he's just trying to make that transition as smooth as possible and keeping the quality in the team top notch.
Yeah, true.
But he's definitely thinking of exiting the scene
Yeah, he's confused
sooner
right now.
rather than later.
He's confused.
Nah, come on.
He's
not
really confused.
I think he just wants to leave City in the best ways possible so that it doesn't replicate what happened to our neighbors, the red side.
Yes,
Because
yes, they don't want
you
something
could see
similar
what-
like that to happen.
Yeah, because you could see that United, since Ferguson left, have been on a funny trajectory. Coming up sometimes they win, but they've been on a transition for the last decade. So I don't think City want to see that happening at this club, because this club has been able to show that they are able to be in the talks among the big boys. So right now, I think after this transition, when he finally is able to put a team that is strong enough to be able to stand on its own, that's when I think he'll really think of it and put a pen on it.
Saji is saying teams will get better, obviously. The challenge will be harder. He talks like they are already guaranteed the 85 plus points that they got last season. I think they are. With Chelsea doing what they're doing, Liverpool on a transition, Manchester United, we do not know what to expect from them. The only opposition is Arsenal. And we don't, of course, we know what to expect from Arsenal.
Yeah. That is, coming all the way and then just fumbling at the finish line, probably. That's what you expect from this Arsenal side. But on a Manchester City side, the reason I'm saying that he's confused is we can see that he's already initiating or already moving us into the narrative that he's going to leave. But at the same time, he has this kind of love that he has for Manchester City and the players that they have and the structure that exists at City, that if he would be assured that they're going to remain at the club, he would move on and continue dominating the league. Because he can see that there is a huge difference right now in the Premier League with other teams out there. So remains at Manchester City, dominates the Premier League, continues to win the Champions Leagues, and also looking outside, is there a country or a club that you're looking at it and saying maybe that's a very good option for me to go at?
Yeah, I think a country, yes.
England?
No, man. I don't think England.
If Pep goes to England,
Which
he's
country are
going
you
to
thinking
dominate
about?
teams.
Which country are you thinking about?
This is ridiculous, but I'm thinking of Brazil. They need a savior right now, and I think the way football is currently, the savior is the coach. If you have a good coach, you're 80% there, because the modern player doesn't think on his feet. The modern player depends on the coach, and so if the coach is good, then the team will be good.
But don't you feel there are so many gaps in this Brazilian side?
Because the Brazilian team right now is not about flair like it used to be.
Yeah.
So I think if Pep was to leave club football, then the best destination would be, of course,
be England. It would be England above Brazil. You're getting a better bunch of players. You're getting a team that has been really consistent in the recent years.
I don't think
it's the biggest job in international football right now. You're getting in, all the attention is on you, and you have this moniker on your head that you need to rescue this team for a period of 6 years where they've not won anything.
But he's not attached to England.
He's not attached to it, but you've got some players in that team who play for him.
But you see, if you go to Brazil, these are world champions 5 times
in the past.
Yeah, but they're still world champions. In the past,
and the squad that they have right now, we are rattling it down. It's not the best. He wouldn't even fancy it in his dreams.
Yeah, but they're quality players. You just need, that's what I'm saying. You just need a good coach. Once you get a good coach, you're 80% done. Wengine mtabambanya mtafika. Look at Leverkusen, Girona last season.
Yeah.
Good coaching. Very important.
So don't you think he's looking at what is existing on the outside market and saying that maybe probably he should stay on at Manchester City?
Maybe probably he should go on a sabbatical again.
Don't you think he'll go to Germany?
And do what?
Because that's the perfect place to go.
The perfect place would have been to finish off in Serie A. But Serie A right now is not in a good place.
Because before he went to Bayern, or before he went to Bayern, there was some rumors that Juventus wanted him. Then the talks fell. Then that's when he went to Bayern. Then after that, he went on a hiatus to the USA. That's when City came calling. So now that Allegri is out, do you think maybe he can go to Germany? Or maybe Italy as well?
No, he can't go to Italy. Juventus don't have the money right now. It's all about the money. You've come from being paid how much? He's being paid 20 plus million.
He's getting some
euros in a season.
Some good money.
Yeah, and he's the best paid coach. Juventus right now are struggling financially.
I don't think they have Thiago Motta anyway.
Yeah. Also that he's a good coach. Let's wait and see. But City also are not signing anyone. They will only sign if somebody leaves. Teddy, are you okay with that?
No, I think we can still sign one player in the middle of the pack. I don't think we are reliant on one player leaving, because I think we lack a midfielder in the middle of the pack. So, yes, as much as
What sort of midfield
Kevin-
are we talking about?
I think we need an number 8, because as much as we've signed Kovacic and Nunes, they haven't been the perfect replacement for Gundogan, because since Gundogan and Mahrez left, we've seen that this City side can be has some cracks in it.
Then who's the best player to replace?
It was supposed to be Paqueta, but then after his betting allegations, he was sidelined. Then Guimaraes is also in the conversation as well, but Newcastle have been quite reluctant on letting him go, because they know he's a quality player, and the asking price for him is quite a lot. It's past 70 million pounds. So yeah, we're still looking in the market. But City, they don't really go for someone of a high profile if they don't really need him. So I think it's just going to be silent. The way the Savio deal happened, it's not going to be too much noise around it. You just be able to see that it happens. But we can still manage to play without one signing till summer.